Hey everybody, welcome to Brit Reaction. Me BP1, no BP2. We're here to give you some more content. Good evening to you. I'm here to find out why Americans are so obsessed with peanut butter. Are you obsessed with peanut butter? Is this something you have on a daily basis or on a weekly basis? I can't say I do. Probably have it every now and again. You know, I wouldn't even say I have it once a month. It's just one of those things that, yeah, it sits in there and the jar lasts forever, pretty much. Yeah, don't really use it much. I normally put it in some smoothies, quite a good protein source. But other than that, not a great deal. I know from another video we did, it was all about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Is that right? Jelly or jam? Peanut butter and jam. Sorry, not jam. It's because you call jam jello, don't you? Jam. Peanut butter and jam sandwiches. So I did say I'll have to give that a go at some point, and I will. I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, why are you so obsessed with it? I love the top comment here. It says you don't always use it every day, but as soon as or before it runs out, you buy a new one just to replace it, so it's always available. Do let me know if you do that in the comments. Some of our regular viewers, I'd love to know if you are obsessed with peanut butter. You know, you're all out there, especially our patrons if you're watching this one. I'd like to know if you are. Alright, let's get into this and see what it's all about.
From children, to astronauts, to soldiers, to presidents. Peanut butter's popularity has transcended time and literally space, reigning supreme as one of America's favorite staples, and cementing its legacy as a mainstay in the minds and stomachs of millions for more than 100 years.
During difficult times, you tend to go back to something that makes you, that gives you comfort. And peanut butter is the ultimate comfort food in America.
While the price of commodities as a whole have steadily increased over the past 20 years, peanut butter's average price has remained relatively stable, costing about 20 cents a serving in 2023. And for such an old product, it's constantly being reinvented. Candies, snacks, and even the classic PB&J.
Yeah, PB&J.
It's a $2 billion industry.
With a 90% household penetration today, that's very high penetration.
Skippy, yeah, we got Skippy.
Taste, smell, and texture are unforgettable.
I love peanut butter. I have since I was a kid, like peanut butter and jellies.
Typical comfort
You're
is
all up for it,
PB&J, but I will do peanut butter and honey. Never peanut butter by itself, though.
My mom would pack my brother and I lunches every single day, and you know, there are two of us, there are twins, so the
I'm gonna have to
easiest
try
thing
it.
she could make for us would be PB&J sandwiches, and I probably had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day, year round. It's personal in a way.
I have never had I'll tell you what I'll do, right? Because it's easy, isn't it? Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or jam, as we call it over here. I think I've never had one. Never made myself one. Never even thought. Two products that I would never even think to put together. PB&J. I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't think I've got peanut butter in the house. But we will get some, and I will do a video. I'll do a reaction like first time eating a peanut butter and jelly jam sandwich in the UK. There you go. I'm sure there's many reactions to that, but you know, if you're a regular viewer, I will do that, and we'll see what it tastes like. Interesting that everybody so far has said that. Obviously a big packed lunch staple. I suppose you all think that we were cucumber sandwiches over here. No, wafer thin ham normally. If I was lucky, it was cheese sandwiches with a little bit of salad cream. So anyway, interesting so far. Crunchy or smooth? I normally go smooth. I don't know why. Sometimes the texture of crunchy. Maybe I'd like crunchy. I don't know. I don't have it enough. But let us know if you're a crunchy or a smooth peanut butter lover. Alright, let's keep going.
Reporting on the nostalgia and thinking about my own childhood.
Nostalgia,
and all the
that's what
times
it's
I
about,
eat
isn't it?
and maybe thinking a little bit about why I might like peanut butter as much as I do.
Good beat, isn't it? Battle of the brands. Oh yeah, of course. If it's that big in the States, I'm sure you've got
This is one of
pretty
America's most popular
big
brands, Skippy's Peanut Butter Factory in Little Rock,
Skippy.
Arkansas. Americans bought almost 800
Arkansas.
billion pints of peanut butter in 2022 alone,
Randa.
up 2.2% from the year prior.
Something naturally just causing us to never tire of the taste and the flavor of peanut butter.
In fact, 2022 was an all-time record in peanut butter
Come in-
consumption in America.
come in tubes.
Total revenue from peanut butter sales surpassed $2 billion in 2022,
Wow.
up 8.7% from 2021. But the top 3 brands are Jif, Skippy, and Peter
Jif.
Pan.
Peter
The
Pan?
James Smucker Company, which owns Jif, released its most recent quarterly earnings in June. The company says despite a peanut butter recall, net sales of consumer foods, the category the snack falls under, increased by 14%. Growth from this section, the biggest among the company's 3 U.S. retail segments,
Buy some
lifted the
shares, my
company's overall
friends.
net sales in the quarter by 10% to $2.24 billion.
The largest portion of our growth within consumer foods
Wow.
has definitely been on Uncrustables business. We're projecting to build Uncrustables to a $1 billion brand. It will become the
Uncrustables.
largest brand within our consumer foods portfolio.
Its stock price reached an all-time high of about $163 in January.
Skippy, that's what calls to me.
On the other hand, stock in Hormel Foods, which owns peanut butter brands Skippy and Justin's, has had a slow start in 2023. Though Hormel Foods' overall net sales declined by 4% in 2023's second quarter compared to the same quarter a year prior, Skippy, among other brands, grew. Though peanut butter titans Skippy and Jif are indomitable, there's a clear piece of the metaphorical peanut butter pie that's cut out for other competitors.
When you lump in the top 3 brands plus private label, you're capturing 85% plus of the peanut butter category. That 22% of the category that is private label, that's fairly comparable with other mainline center store categories. So kind of an average level of market share for those store brands and private label brands.
It's a lot of nuts, isn't it, people? Do you ever think that?
Experts disagree who exactly
Where does it all
founded
come
peanut
from?
butter, but most credit farmers in the South who began grinding up their peanut crops into a paste in the 1800s.
People have been growing peanuts for thousands of years, and the idea that nobody grounded it up into a paste until 1894 is probably beggar's belief. If you couldn't ship it long distances, you couldn't store it. It would go bad pretty quickly. So hydrogenation
Wow, look at that. How old's
is really
that?
the key to
Antique
peanut butter
advertising.
becoming a mass market phenomenon.
The first major brand to commercially develop peanut butter was actually Peter Pan in 1920.
Peter Pan is the peanut butter eater's peanut butter.
Joseph Rosefield, later Skippy's founder, was working with
How
the
did
company.
they swangle that one to actually get Peter Pan character on that? I mean, as far as selling it, what kids are like, love it, don't they? Peter Pan as well. That is an absolute match made in heaven, isn't it? That is. So they've done very well there to call it Peter Pan. Peanut butter. Peter Pan, peanut butter. It'd be hard to say after a few drinks. Anyway, let's keep going.
Company for a while.
He had a patent which Peter Pan needed, and at some point he had a falling out with Peter Pan. So he yanked his patent, he created Skippy. He started making that in the garage of his home in Alameda.
Skippy was founded in 1933 and Jif in 1958. Despite it being the last to launch, Jif has held the title of the most popular peanut butter brand in the U.S. since 1980, when it snatched the lead from Skippy.
Jif.
This partially due to a successful marketing campaign by Procter & Gamble, who owned Jif at the time.
P&G. You see, Jif for us, if someone says Jif, it's a cleaning product. It's a cleaning kitchen product. It smells very lemony. Classic 80s, 90s cleaning solution. Cream. Jif cream. So yeah, I'm pretty sure 90% of Brits, if you ask them about Jif or what Jif is, they would say the same. It's a cleaning product. Never heard of Jif peanut butter. I've seen Skippy. I think we've even ordered Skippy peanut butter before in our mainstream, grocery stores that we have in the UK, was Asda's, Tesco's. So that's definitely in there. Can't say I've seen Jif or the branding. Actually seeing the branding out on store floor.
Isn't that the peanut butter you want for your family? Right. They get Jif.
Choosy mothers choose Jif.
We have held the number one position now for multiple decades. That doesn't come by happenstance. It's definitely by keeping the consumer at the heart of everything that we're doing.
But peanut butter's ubiquitous presence in society was solidified during the Great Depression, when its use as a cheap sandwich filling as an alternative to meat became widespread, and World War II, when it was included as part of soldiers' food rations.
All the American soldiers who had peanut butter in their rations in World War II, who hadn't previously eaten or experienced it, became fond of it, and came home and started eating it and sharing it with your families.
Though originally family-owned, Skippy was bought by Best Foods in 1955, and later acquired by Unilever in 2000. Most recently, Hormel Foods, predominantly known for meat products like Spam, purchased the legendary brand in 2013 for $700 million.
There was a lot of untapped opportunity with this brand. We have the opportunity to really put a focus on it and really figure out what is it that makes this brand special and what's going to help it to grow into the future.
That paid off. Now, non-meat proteins make up about 25% of Hormel's total portfolio. The company acquired Justin's in 2016 and Planters in 2021.
Look that was a real pivot for Hormel into kind of a non-meat center of store product to help evolve the company into a more consumer product-facing company. They hold near 20% of the market share today behind that Skippy brand, and growth has been consistent with the category since they acquired it.
Skippy follows consumer spending habits to cash in on other peanut butter endeavors. That $2 billion industry I mentioned earlier, yeah, that's just spreadable peanut butter.
Consumers are looking for new ways to get peanut butter, not just out of the jar, but in other products as well. So think about baked goods and snacks, ice cream, cereal, all the different places that people enjoy peanut butter today. So there's opportunities for us as a brand to tap into some of those spaces as well and expand and find new areas of growth for this.
Because you still got to actually have a jar of peanut butter, open it and do something with it. You know, the world that we live in now is so convenient. It's like, oh, just open it out of a packet and eat it. You just eat it from the jar, obviously, but it's mad, isn't it, these days? Like I say, they had to create that Uncrustables or whatever, which is, it looks like it's peanut butter jelly and is that uncrusty bread or something, just so it's so convenient. Just get the jar, do it yourself, eat it. Far too much convenience, and then you got to pump it full of crap. Just to keep it so it doesn't go off. And I don't agree with stuff like that, but yeah, interesting.
Brand.
But Skippy, or Hormel, has major competition. Smucker's owns and operates the Uncrustables brand, frozen, pre-made PB&J style sandwiches that have helped the company grow exponentially since that brand was acquired in 1998.
You have this product expansion into Uncrustables frozen sandwiches that's just been on fire for them and growing very strongly. In fact, the growth in Uncrustables has added over 1 point of incremental growth to the company overall in recent years.
Uncrustables has been 20 years in the making. So we love now to look forward and see this incredible growth trajectory to $1 billion.
I suppose it's that easy, isn't it?
But at the very beginning, there was a lot that needed to be done to invest in the R&D behind the making of that sandwich.
Uncrustables are manufactured in facilities in Colorado and Kentucky. A third location is being added in Alabama.
Uncrustables.
Oh, it's pretty yummy.
Though there was a period of time that non-peanut butter nut butters were gaining share and driving a lot of growth in the category, experts say that has dissipated recently.
One of the things that both Jif and Skippy and mainline brands have done is develop natural versions of their own under the mainline brand. Not that the consumer is going to switch from a natural organic brand to Jif, but perhaps keep some consumers within the Jif family.
Yeah, I think we're all a bit more aware of sugars, additives.
In many parts of the world, peanut butter is regarded as an unpalatable American curiosity.
Though most people conflate peanut butter with America, its popularity is growing elsewhere, like in Mexico and China, or in Canada, where per capita consumption is slowly approaching that of the US. In 2022, the US exported about 30 million pounds of peanut butter to Canada, To put that into perspective, that's also about 30 million 16-ounce jars of peanut butter. The world's largest peanut producer by far, China, has already bought into the craze, but uses the nut mainly for sauces and oils. Advocates are working to shift that interest towards peanut butter.
If we could just
get that Skippy with a Chinese label on it.
Of peanut butter, they would far surpass what we consume. But it's an acquired taste for people who don't grow up eating it.
During its Q2 earnings,
Hormel
Moe Foods reported their international earnings were partially offset by lower sales in China, though the company says there is still huge growth potential there.
Definitely have a strong presence in China, in Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines. We have pretty aggressive growth plans in overseas markets for this brand.
But despite a bullish outlook, the industry is facing some risks. In 2022, a salmonella contamination forced Smucker's to recall Jif products for months.
One of our competitors had to exit the marketplace temporarily, and that meant that there was an increased demand for our products. And so, as a result of that, we had to ship everything we could to try to satisfy the market.
Once we were back on shelf,
I bet they were loving it.
This brand and their trust in Jif was tremendous. So we were already back at a #1 position.
Another risk to the industry is allergies.
That was a risk.
Around 1 million children in the U.S. are allergic to peanuts, and only 1 out of 5 will outgrow it.
Massive
Peanut allergies are unpredictable. Severe reactions can occur from even the smallest trace of peanuts. Many schools, from elementary to college campuses, have created nut-free spaces or completely banned the snack.
The categories continue to grow even as the prevalence of allergy or the reporting of the prevalence of allergy has picked up. While it's a threat, it's certainly not impacting sales.
With that 90% household penetration rate, brand recognition, and nostalgia, peanut butter is clearly not going anywhere.
They're not lying. That's really crunchy. Yeah, this is great.
Its affordability and convenience have kept it stocked in Americans' pantries, even when inflation hits high.
If my mom had $5 and we were hungry, then we would go and get us some peanut butter and jelly and bread, and we would be like good for the week. And so it's turned from a...
Isn't it weird how, you know, I mean, we're so similar in so many different ways in Brits and Americans, but some words, you know, whereas with distinct differences in what that word means, or, you know, jelly, peanut butter and jelly, and we call it jam, and jelly is something completely different, which is, what do you call it? Is it Jello? You call it as the you know, the wobbly sugary dessert. So yeah, it does make me laugh. Jelly, and even I start to say, oh, peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, jam. Strawberry jam, raspberry jam. I like probably strawberry jam is my favourite. Strawberry jam. So I'm gonna have to try it. Strawberry jam. I'll get a Skippy. So it's a traditional US brand. We'll do that. Strawberry jam, Skippy sandwich. We'll do it on the channel. All right.
A struggle meal to more of like a just like comfort, you know, guilty pleasure type of meal.
Thanks to advances in technology, peanuts continue to be easy and cheap to farm. Yields are 20% higher than they were 10 years ago, and demand continues to increase.
The price of a pound of peanut butter is $2.57 today. That's about 27% lower than it was in 1995, when the average price adjusted for inflation was about $3.54. Almost a full dollar a pound less.
There aren't many food products out there with that trajectory, so with prices going down, consumers can remain focused on the choice that matters: creamy or crunchy.
Overall, we do sell more creamy peanut butter than crunchy, but don't tell that to the crunchy fans. They absolutely love it and they would never give it up.
I was a creamy kid, but now I'm much more of a crunchy guy. I want actual peanuts in my peanut butter.
Do you eat peanut butter crunchy or just peanut butter creamy?
Just creamy, honestly. It's just...
Man, people are eating now and I'm hungry.
It just feels better in the mouth, you know?
This is the perfect sandwich. I don't think I could ever get sick of this. I could eat this. I could eat 3 PB&J sandwiches a day, I think. I have before.
Bon Marché? Jelly. I saw that. Fair play. That was a good video. I really enjoyed that because it was really informative. Not just about, you know, the brands that obviously you have in the US, how much you guys really do love your peanut butter. Some of the off products that are around it. Yeah, it's an interesting watch, and you know, when you watch a food program when you're hungry as well, it just makes you want to try even more. So like I say, I will try that on the channel. Thumbs up from me, the video. If you could hit the thumbs up hit the like button, helps us out at the channel for sure. Why am I obsessed with peanut butter? Well, I give it to you because it does look delicious, and like I say, I very rarely have it. The only time I have it is when I put it in a homemade protein drink, and I just get a hint of the peanut through it. I don't tend to spread it on anything and just go for it. So I will try that, and you can join me for that. Alright, thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely evening or day, whatever you're out doing. We'll be back tomorrow for another reaction, myself and BP2. Until then, so goodbye from me. Good night. Oh, need some dinner.